Lifestyle Zone, guys. How are you and where are you watching it from? Today we go straight into the so-called predicted lineup of a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there, as the opponent side which goes by names of Brighton in there. Remember, Brighton is one of those teams that are really playing good in there, and they're having close to, is it 13 points in there, 12 points in there. And if at all they won their game against Crystal Palace, they would have seen themselves into the so-called top of the table. Either they would have been leading the table of the so-called Premier League. Smash the like button, comment and share. Don't leave this account, don't leave this video before liking and subscribing to this channel in there. I go by the names of Rock and David, aka Arane. We are bringing you the predicted lineup of Arsenal versus a side which goes by the names of Brighton in there. Guys, I don't know, rate my setup. I've really changed it up. I don't know how it looks in there for you, because I feel like it's really looks. I thought that it will really hold more meaning in here when we really put it like that. I don't know what you guys think about my new setup, our new look, that boundary area, the details really that come through onto this channel as we really get into this so-called predicted Arsenal lineup versus side which goes by the name of Brighton in there. Remember, the manager of Brighton is called Graham, and he joined Graham Potter. He joined Burnley in 2019, and the same applies to a manager who goes by the names of Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, who joined in 2019 December. Is it 2019, 2021 of those in there? But all I really want to let you know is that we are heading to the predicted lineup of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal in there, as it takes on a side which goes by the name of Brighton. It's a Saturday morning, and the system that Arsenal is going to play is 4-3-3. Yes, 4-3-3 system. That's what Mikel Arteta is really going to go on and play with. And we start off with the goalkeeper in there, Aaron Ramsdale. Talk about Aaron Ramsdale. He was bought from a team which goes by the names of Sheffield in there. And you guys just know, there is no way a goalkeeper bought at £25 million was not going to start at Arsenal. There is no way. Obvious case, he's supposed to start at Arsenal in there, and I think it's the end of Bernard Leno. Bernard Leno came out and said that the manager has not yet given him a reason for benching him and not giving him playing time, because he never put out a performance that was not exquisite in there, but he just found himself not being used by the manager in there. So it shows you that it's all a plan that Mikel Arteta had and was not believed, and didn't believe in the services of a man who goes by names of Bernard Leno. And by the way, what caused really questions on the quality of Bernard Leno was Martinez. That season when Bernard Leno really got an injury, if at all your backup goalkeeper, second choice goalkeeper came in and put up a performance that you never put up, and he went ahead to be sold to Aston Villa, close to £20 million. Imagine a backup goalkeeper to be sold at £20 million. That means he has challenged you, and I think that gave Mikel Arteta a second thought, and he said, no way, Bernard Leno, you are not worth being into my goal. That's why I should go in for Aaron Ramsdale. And Aaron Ramsdale has a backing that he is an English player. And by the way, the reason as to why these teams really want to play with English players is the home support. And by the way, there are favours you win in the Premier League because you are an English player from the referees in there. Because out of the signings that he brought in, 2 of those are English players, Aaron Ramsdale and Ben White. Now when you look at the Arsenal team when they're lining up, at least they have Aaron Ramsdale, Ben White, KNT, and I can call him because Scotland is in Great Britain, I think, Bukayo Saka. They're having Emily Smith-Rowe. They're having almost 5 players who are English that are really starting. That is a very big boost, especially when you are an English team in there. So we go with Aaron Ramsdale in goal. We go to the right back, no question. Is Tomiyasu Takehiro in there? He has really made me believe that Arsenal's defense has totally improved, especially on that right back, because it was really worrying, because Hector Bellerin, who was really available playing that side, was really good going forward, but defensively he was poor. And the first role of a right back is to defend his goal or his position, such that the opponents don't really pass through it in there. But he has really gone ahead to defend and play that side very well. That is a man who goes by Tomiyasu Takehiro in there. He's really playing a wonderful job at Arsenal. I think right now, his stats are high. His stats are high. He's one of the best right backs in the Premier League in there. So I think no doubt on him. We go to the central defenders in there. Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes. That so-called partnership, oh my, it's really making Arsenal fans really think that they've got the best partnership in the Premier League. And by the way, they're really going to compete a lot if at all none of those doesn't get an injury. But the good thing of these is that both of them are not injury-prone players, and expect them to play close to 30 games together this season, or 30-plus games in this season, because the previous 3 games Arsenal has played with them, Arsenal has only conceded 1 goal, and they've won all those 3 games. So I think they're giving them a glimpse of hope. A glimpse of hope is at Arsenal in the defense because of Gabriel Magalhaes and a man who goes by Ben White. Their partnership is really great. Their communication is good in there, and I think they're really having the best of the season. Let's see how they're really going to defend the Brighton side in there. We go to the left back, Tierney. I think he's having an injury that the manager is really hiding, because each and every game that Arsenal plays, Tierney really looks like he ends the game with a lot of pain in there. Is he playing on painkillers? I don't know, but I think the manager would have really rested him. Such that Nuno Tavares can play that role very well in there, and I think it's high time the manager really made a decision in there. But I think the decision he has already made is he's going to play this lad who goes by the names of Tierney. And by the way, he's one of the best left backs the Premier League has seen this season, ever since he came in. Luke Shaw, Robertson, and Tierney, they are my best in the Premier League right now. So that is the back four. Tomiyasu right back. Central back pairing, that is Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White, the new arrival from Brighton at £50 million. Tierney is playing the left back in there. I think that's really how it's going to be. Let's go to the 3 midfielders of Arteta that's really going to play into the midfield in there. Midfielders, these are playing the central midfield. Lokonga is returning into this game team to start because Granit Xhaka really got an injury and is expected to be away for some time. But we saw him at Colney in there trying to do the gym work in there. But I think you never know. These 2 weeks because after today we are really going to have 2 weeks break, because it's going to be the international break in there, and teams are really going to go, players are really going to go to the respective national teams to play ball in there, and a man who goes by names of Xhaka is not really going to go in there. And if at all Arsenal finishes this with a win, that means they would have sealed their position in the top 10 in there, and if at all they beat Brighton, I think they would have even leveled up with them somehow. I think they'll be, because Brighton had 12, has 13 points, and if at all Arsenal win, they're really going to be having 12 in there. So I think Arsenal will be into the top 7 spots if at all they will beat Brighton today in there. But Lokonga comes in to play into that role of a man who goes by the names of sorry guys. He goes by names of Granit Xhaka, and Lokonga is going to play into that role very well. But you never know, he might go the Burnley way, where he really put Odegaard, Emily Smith-Rowe, and Thomas Partey to play into that role alone. But Thomas Partey does not look good when he's playing there alone. He looked good in the game of Spurs when he was playing there alongside Granit Xhaka. He never looked good in the game over Burnley, where he played close to 60 minutes when he was playing there alone. And when Lokonga joined him, he really looked great. The interpassing was great, and I really loved them playing with Lokonga. And I can't wait, by the way, to see Lokonga playing alongside a man who goes by the name of Thomas Partey for a full 90 minutes into this so-called game in here. Alright, Thomas Partey is expected to play on the right side of the midfield in there because he's a box-to-box player and he has a lot of forward passes on him. I think he's really going to enjoy this game in here, and he'll be playing that line a lot in there. And I know he's going to attack today a lot because having Lokonga seated in there gives him freedom really to really go ahead and go and exploit the so-called defense or side of Brighton in there. Odegaard is expected to play onto that side also in there, that left side of the midfield, central midfield in there, because he looks very good. His composure on the ball, and remember, he's giving Arsenal moments that Arsenal was lacking. In the game of Burnley, if it was not his free kick, I don't know where Arsenal would have gotten a goal, but he put in that free kick very well. Arsenal won that game, never created very many chances, but it was a game that needed them to win, whether how good or bad, because there are times a team needs to win, whether bad or good. When you just need to get that win, and Arsenal got it, and it got its second successful or consecutive win in a row after Norwich, Burnley, and they got a third one against Tottenham Hotspur in the London Derby in there. That is a very good push that is pushing Arsenal to go into this game of a team which goes by names of Brighton in there. Let's go to the forwards of Arsenal. Let's go to the forwards. Left forward, Emily Smith-Rowe. Emily Smith-Rowe is really playing a very big role at Arsenal right now. I think there is the way, this is how I know that Arteta has tactics on him, because he feels like he gave him a number 10 jersey, and I asked myself, where is he going to play? Because Nicola Pepe had looked well last season, and the preseason was looking good, and the first game was looking good. But there is something different that Emily Smith-Rowe brings onto the pitch, better than a man who goes by the names of Pepe. Emily Smith-Rowe gives you that break. He's a direct player. Pepe does a lot of running. He does a lot of touches, but Emily Smith-Rowe does the needful where it deserved. If it's a counter-attack, remember that goal against a team which goes by names of Tottenham Hotspur, that goal of Aubameyang. You saw? Kianti plays in Aubameyang. Aubameyang does a flick. Emily Smith-Rowe touches into the 18 yards box area of a team which goes by names of Tottenham Hotspur. He does a minus, a man who goes by names of Aubameyang, and bang into the back of the net. So I think Emily Smith-Rowe is really benching out a man who goes by Pepe because of his directness and quick decision making. He knows, he's a central midfielder, but he's playing off the left. But each and every time he knows, when I reach that area, the only thing I'm supposed to do is release Aubameyang. And Aubameyang is really going to score more goals in this system that Arsenal is playing. So to me, I think Emily Smith-Rowe should be playing on the left forward of Arsenal in there. We go to the right forward. A man who needs no introduction, known as Bukayo Saka in there. He's really going to play in there very well, and the center forward is going to be Aubameyang in there. I don't know what you guys think about my lineup. Let me give it to you right here, as I really think how these players are really going to stand in there. Yep. But I think that front three is really going to cause very many Premier League teams headache, because Emily Smith-Rowe is really direct. I really like his touch. He decides a lot. Imagine, you saw even United does it sometimes when a man who goes by Bruno Fernandes is playing there. If he goes off the left, just know he's really going to do the needful, because when you're playing off the wing, you really have yards of space to really control that ball and think. Something that does not happen when you're playing into the central midfield of the team. So Emily Smith-Rowe is benefiting from that. He's a central attacking midfielder, and the manager is playing him on the left attacking side of the midfield. In there's something that really gives him, because he has yards of space that to operate in, something that you never have while playing in the middle of the park, because the middle of the park is always compact. So I think Emily Smith-Rowe is one of my players at Arsenal that I'm really loving to see in there. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So that is how the lineup is really going to look. It's a man who goes by the names of Aaron Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu right back, Gabriel Magalhaes and Ben White are playing into that so-called central defense of Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes playing off the left side of the defense, and Ben White playing off the right side of the central defense. Kian Tierney is playing into the so-called left back. Lokonga is the CDM for a team which goes by names of Arsenal. That's what we think is going to happen in there, as Thomas Partey helps him onto that right side in there. Odegaard, left side of the midfield. I think that's how Arsenal is really going to stand. Not a 4-2-3-1, but a 4-3-3 system in there. Odegaard coming in through the needful in there. He has a sweet left foot, oh my. I really like his left foot. That is Odegaard in there for you. We go to the forwards. Bukayo Saka, I think, is going to play off the right attacking side of the forwards in there. No doubt about him, his quality is always undoubted. He had a very good game against the side which goes to Tottenham Hotspur alongside Emile Smith-Rowe. Do you know what it means? All of your three forwards to come in and score a goal. That shows you how efficient and how they're really knowing themselves better. So that was a plus to a team which goes by the name of Arsenal, having all these forwards, Bukayo Saka, Aubameyang and Emile Smith-Rowe scoring goals. So it shows you that their connection is really growing, and I think the manager was really sport. And I credit Arteta for that, for really coming out and noticing that it's better to play Aubameyang, Bukayo Saka and a man who goes on Emile Smith-Rowe, because I always asked myself, where is Emile Smith-Rowe going to play? He first tried out this system in a game against the side which goes by the names of Man City, where he had both Odegaard and Emile Smith-Rowe to the team, though he really came out and lost in there. But he went ahead to really put it back to a level where it's supposed to be, and he really knew that I was supposed to drop Nicola Pepe and really try out a man who goes by names of Emile Smith-Rowe, and it has finally paid off. So that is the predicted lineup of Arsenal that we have here on the Football News Top 10 and Lifestyle Zone. Go into the comment section and tell me what you think about the so-called predicted lineup that we have here on the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. Remember, we are really going to do a watch along of Manchester United versus the side which goes by the names of Everton in there, then we do that of Arsenal, and we'll bring up the predicted lineup of Man City versus Liverpool in there. We'll bring both. Maybe later in the night, a combined 11 might come through in here on the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. I go by the names of RD in here, or can David smash the like button, comment and share. Thank you guys for watching again. You are always a nice audience. I really love you guys, and I cannot really tell you how much I love you, but just know I love you to the fullest. I'm out for now. See you later and have a good day. We are really having a marathon today, and we feel like, let's see that God gives us the power and energy to give you all what you guys deserve. Me out for now. See you later.